Hi. So I thought I would do a second follow-up reading to what I started a few days ago and just do an update and see if there's anything else that wants to come through for further clarity or, again, updates. So instead, this time I'm going to try to keep this kind of short and just go through this pretty fast and see what comes about. I did a Celtic Cross spread. It's a 10-card spread, and I pulled cards already, and then also clarifiers. I pulled some Ching cards, which I'll put below, and some Oracle cards, and I'll do a globe spin pretty quickly. So what I decided to do with this spread was do it from North Korea's perspective to see what is their what are their motivations, what are what are, if there's any changes to their plan or what we've heard about, and yeah, so let's just get started. Let's see, it's a little bit like this. So it starts out with the foundation of the question, or just the entire scenario is, or what's important right now, is the King of Cups. What I've come to notice is that this means someone like a commander or like Navy, someone like that that's in charge of things having to do with the sea. It could also be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So that's the foundation of their, and also he's on an island. That is the central concern, I guess you'd say. What's crossing it that hinders or helps the situation, depending on whose perspective it is that you're wondering about, is the Empress. And again, that's number 3, the major arcana. It could represent Venus, so Libra, Taurus, or sometimes I think of Virgo. Or the 3rd house, or just creativity, creative solutions. I think of being out in nature, some sort of the 12 signs of the zodiac are on top of her head with the stars. So 12 reminds me of a clock, or the 12 astrological houses. The foundation of the concern is the 3 of Cups reversed. So somehow I kind of feel like that is more like, this can also sometimes mean gossip or just slander, those kinds of things. It can also mean a shower. Randomly, so I was thinking more of like a shower of, things coming down. And 3 women, 3 days, a yes answer. Again, another 3, and it's cups again, so it's more feminine energy or just emotional energy. Cups, water. I kind of feel like it's just things maybe having not gone as planned up until then. The clarify for that is the 2 of Wands. Let's see, the 2 of Wands also reversed. So that's looking out. It's like, I think it means both for this situation, both, whatever that means to you, but it's someone holding a globe. And so the video I have for that, there is something that it has more to do in the context of the globe, at least the chorus does, but this can also mean like choosing where to send things, looking out for the world, getting a bigger picture, seeing the bigger picture, looking forward, a guide, looking ahead, looking into the future. And again, I'll do a globe. I'll do maybe 3 globe spins, but Yeah, I also asked how many of the missiles have um, nuclear warheads on them, and the answer I got was three, or that they plan to send out, and three has been coming up a lot. Um, so I just want to say also, like, I mean, if I were them, because it doesn't make sense to me why they would give such detailed, specific information about their plans and their strategy and what they plan to do with, and where and all these things. If they really wanted to be successful, giving us time to prepare, that doesn't make sense to me. If I were them, not to give them any ideas, I'm sure they've probably already, I don't know. If I were them, um, I would, be doing all that in order to distract people, get people focused only on that area, and actually be planning to send them out somewhere else, or maybe one in that direction. So all of our attention is focused on that one or something incoming missile, and then the the rest heading somewhere else. Maybe the three places that I put on that came up on the globe before, all in water. So just maybe important to pay attention to be aware of preparation, I guess. Um, what's crowning them is the chariot. Yeah, mosquito bites. The chariot reversed. Um, and also 20, judgment is a clarifier. The chariot, again, reversed, could mean, again, Cancer. Cancerian energy coming through on the road to truth, on the road towards figuring things out, towards epiphany, towards understanding. But I feel like they are probably wanting, to be victorious. I mean, obviously, but like, it's about reining things in. And this is like coming out of a cauldron, the phoenix rising from the ashes. Also, I think of military officers with the chariot, bringing things together, making things go in one direction, two different ways that things can go. Again, two behind that, so it's probably important. It's also number 7 in the major arcana. And trying to think of all the different videos too for, to compare and contrast. Pay attention to lyrics, things like that. I feel like they're all in there for specific reasons. The last reading, 7 of Swords, I was trying to figure out take something, and then the clarifier was the Knight of Swords, and in that video it says take heed, so it kind of worked out that way. So a lot of, and that's just one lyric, so there's a multitude of ways that these videos and things can apply. So it could be 2 7s, again, 14 minutes, I know. And movement too, somewhere, or movement also. Some sort of, fiery cauldron she's coming out of. Judgment, using good judgment. Maybe they, haven't been using good judgment, or maybe moving cities. I just feel like fire raining down. So I just keep wanting to say. In the past is the Emperor reversed. So it could be a commander, someone like that. It's reversed for them, probably, just someone, a mad reversed emperor. You think of like a mad ruler or someone like that. So who's just not in control. That could be how they see it, or that could just be clarifying the past. The emperor, someone who's in charge, someone's in charge of the military mainly. 4, though. John Legend, Legend, maybe. And in the near future is the Magician. Again, another major arcana. These are, usually when major arcana comes up, it's like a more important or impactful event or feeling, mood, situation, scenario. This is the Magician. In the near future, it's as above, so below, as you can see. Can you see? It's a little blurry. And he has like all these different things on the table. So again, I feel like it's like having all your options on the table, but also you kind of look at how things are positioned and how they are interacting with each other. I feel like trying to do this with one hand. It's pointing here to there or there, as above, so below. As you're thinking it, it's going to happen. It can also just mean using your mind, having a direct connection, a bridge, something like that, a link to something. It's using all your resources. It's using everything that you have at your disposal to help you to make, to do whatever it is you're needing to do. It could be, from their perspective, like pulling the wool over your eyes kind of thing with the Magician. So that could be, again, what they're trying to do. But it's also Mercury and using your speech. And actually, in this video that I have for the Emperor, it's a John Legend song, and it has all this, like, it looks like mercury, like moving mercury liquid. I don't know if that's at all important, but this usually talks about speech, communication, mind, using your mind, using your words, using everything that you have around you. The alchemist, the, chemistry too. Things like that. The Magician, someone who sometimes plays tricks. It's number one. It's the I am energy. And he's pointing down to, this is or where you stand right now. And I feel like they're just hammering out the last few details, basically. It's the apprentice energy, sort of. Eight of Pentacles, that also came up for the last reading. Your song, it's hammering out the details. It's not missing anything. Picking something up that you might have forgotten down here. 8. And since the clarifier was the 13th death card, I also think of Scorpio or the 8th month, August. Death is another major arcana, 13. Could be 4 again. So that'd be 4, 8, 48. 12, 3, the hopes and fears up here, we'll get to it, is also 12, the Hangman, so maybe that's important, which reduces down to 3 again, 3. Yeah, so that's where they stand right now, working on their little death machine, basically. The environment that they're in is 0, the Fool, and it's reversed, so I feel like it's also like taking a trip somewhere, or just, again, pulling the wool over your eyes. He talks about having blind faith and jumping into something, but reverse can mean like not having everything you need before you set out, or just jumping into something without all the precautions, and blind faith, but not in a good way. So again, pulling the wool over your eyes. I just keep wanting to say, talk about taking a trip. 0. 0, 1, the clarifier for that is behind here. It's the King of Swords, so an air sign, or just air energy, magnetic zeros, I just want to say, air, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or just anything having to do with air. He looks like he's, maybe it's in something. Sometimes when things are reversed, it means it's inside or in your could be in your mind, something like that, especially with the King of Swords. So in the form of communication, being diplomatic. The King of Swords is reversed also, so that can also mean just like not being diplomatic enough, being told no or something, or not being taken seriously or something like that. Because the Fool, the Fool upright, it's great. It's just being open to new things. Reversed, just being literally a fool, and the King of Swords reversed, being a fool. So, that's their environment. So again, it could be pulling the wool over someone's eyes, thinking that, like, they think that we are being foolish or something like that. Especially in speech and military, things like that. The hopes and fears category, this came out the Hanged Man reversed. Usually that means taking a time out or a break or gaining new perspective, stretching to nirvana, enlightenment, seeing things from new perspective. It's 12. There's also that 4 in there, and 12 reduces down to 3, so 3 out of 4, 3/4, maybe 3/4 of the way done. And it's reversed, so it'd be coming out of, taking a break, taking a time out of waiting, stepping back, time out, understanding, a new understanding, or gaining some sort of clarity on something. The Scientist there in my playlist, Hangman is also major arcana in the Odyssey. And Cole plays a scientist, so again, maybe something more to do with science. Going back to the start, and the clarifier was the world, and that is number 21 here. And it's also reversed, so something's not totally complete. Maybe they're figuring out, again, with like here, down here, what it is they need to do in order to complete something. Could also mean, this also has to do with Mercury, or maybe the 12th house. Because again, it's your mind, and I think of maybe turning the world like inside out or something, because they're both reversed, and she's stepping out. This also reminds me of 13 Death, which I have bad blood there, so there might be some sort of cross-reference in the playlist versus the cards to keep that in mind. But yeah, hopes and fears. Maybe the world, they're hoping that the world sees them in a new light. Sometimes I think of headlights too with that, or just seeing the light. Coming full circle with something, infinity, trying to complete something. And that would be, sometimes it's the same thing for the fear. The fear is that the world won't see them in a new light, or see things, the world is ruled by Saturn, Mercury, speech, again, taking things seriously. So that's all the wreath in this card mainly. I don't know if that has anything to do with flowers, and this also makes me think of, just to go back really quick, like this makes me think of electricity, chemistry, electrical shower, flooding of their arsenal, flooding. Also think of like sonar, and I'm like not even in this, sonar, and just electrical waves and things like that. Power outage maybe, or the Ten of Cups came up twice. Again, for my own clarification, and so I think of like an umbrella, magnetic field. I did have that in one of the video placements at one point. Edward Sharpe with the magnetic zeros, magnetic fields. It's like a Cena sign. It's red, white, and blue. It's the Ten of Cups. I have national anthem there. Lana Del Rey is, forewarned is forearmed. It has a JFK sort of theme. So I think of the missile crisis, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and just how history repeats itself and all these things. So, I think everyone's pretty much on the same page with that, but just to reiterate, it'll be 12 and 12, 24. That number also came up somewhere, I don't remember where, but it's 6. The Lovers, or this is Gemini too. Seeing things in a new light, just for their hopes and fears. It's just interesting. I don't, I can't imagine that they want the world to, end, that kind of thing. Also stepping out of the frame of perception, thinking outside the box. Yeah, it could be it, thinking outside the box. That maybe will come to a new conclusion or something like that, about their actions. As the outcome is the Four of Wands reversed. So again, I think of, it's fire energy, wands, fire, 4 wands. It's an upset and upheaval. It's a breakdown of, it could be the 4th house, but usually this is like planning, preparation for something, like maybe a party or an event or something like that, putting things together. It could be a marriage, a happiness, these kinds of things. It's reversed. That's the outcome. As of right now, 4 of Wands, so again, 4 missiles. Red and blue, it's coming together, things coming together, or not coming together. It just kind of depends, I think, on, everything is so cause and effect, so. And the clarifier for that was the Hermit reversed, so coming out again of the darkness, out of, taking things, going on some sort of spiritual journey, sort of solo, being in the dark. This is number 9, major arcana. So again, I have Beyonce there, and why am I blanking on the name of the video right now? Formation. So again, that kind of makes sense with the 4 of Wands, which is like a formation of a shape or coming together, structure, coming down, something like that. But also in that video, there's flood, and it's Louisiana, so maybe reference those. Coming apart. Magnetic zeros coming apart, pulling back together. The 9 again is, or again it could be 6 because it's reversed. And or Virgo. Seeking the truth, though, seeking spiritual enlightenment, seeking the truth. It's having been doing that for a while, and now coming to the end of that. And usually this is the end of the spread, but I usually pull one more card just as a further clarifier, and that's the 10 of Cups. It's clarifier to the outcome. And again, this could be just speaking about the next few days, so it's not necessarily like overall an outcome, but again, 10 reducing down to 1. It can be undercover, taking cover. I think with both of those, like maybe taking cover, being in a house, like taking cover, especially if you're outside, like an umbrella, again. This is usually like raising your hands, hallelujah, sign. Cups, again, water, water and fire, both of them, like, putting the fire out. Together they'd be 5, but yeah, and the clarifier to that is, again, another Virgo card. It's the Knight of Pentacles, reversed. So that's like taking your time with something, but maybe taking too much time with something. I also wanted to say with perhaps August or Scorpio, these cards down here, they were talking about mid-August, but another card that kept coming up when I was asking, I had already pulled these cards and saying, is this correct? And the card that kept coming up was the moon, and I sometimes think of an eclipse with that card, which would be August 21st. There's a solar lunar eclipse, and that does equal the world, 21 on the 21st, August 21st. And together these add up to be 12. These are just reversed, 12, 21, 12. Sometimes numbers, especially from my perspective, get mirrored in a way. So this is also learning on the job, like, but yeah, this could be what happens for us, or this is, because reversed, it's, everything goes both ways, so that's why I try to pick videos that show that sort of, but yeah, conclusion of something. 10 always is a tweener card, reduced down to 1, so it's the end of something, which is 9, which was the clarifier here for the 4 of Wands, and then 10, tweener, before we start over at 1 again. So maybe going back to the drawing table as well. Electric feel magnetism. Okay, so then I did the same thing with another deck just to see if there's any differences, just for the first few cards. And so the circumstances is the Lovers reversed. So again, I think of Gemini or choice, Sun and Moon, opposites, balance, or three people, or three party kind of things, because usually there's an angel or something at the top, so it's you, the other person, and fate, destiny, God, whoever involved. So, or again, 6 or 9, or 6, 9, since it's reversed, and got the Hermit reversed. Again, Cancer, and that was the clarifier to this water sign here. So, Cancer, Cancerian energy, where Cancer sits in the astrological chart as far as timing goes, and when perhaps Venus, since this was covering at Venus, or maybe maybe when Venus transits Cancer as a timeline or something, or as an important period. What crosses or hinders the Lovers is the Star. So again, bridging the gap of things. 17, which is then an 8. It's receiving some maybe news, some, again, she's pouring out water, and this is in 5 streams, and into the lake here, so land and water, that's been coming up a lot. I also keep thinking of my fifth house and how it's kind of bookended. All the planets are bookended by two planets, Juno um, and Uranus at 17 degrees. I don't know, and that's maybe important because it might sound silly, but there's something weird about my chart, and it kind of, I don't know, because then the next card that came out was this Two of Swords. So another swords for here for the Magician. So maybe twice again. There's lots of twos. Two poles, two people, sun and moon, two swords. It's seeing a clear way through. It's finding the in between, again, the moon. I think that's the last name of the Chinese. I'm not sure. Two choices, two times, two days. It's 11th and then 13 here, down here. So in 2 days would be the 13th. Maybe that's important. You see all the rays shining out from that tree behind them. And it's again the balance between two, and here they're together, so things again coming together. Sometimes lovers card, they're separate, so at a distance. Here they're coming together, so. And what's crossing it, helping, hindering, the star, future, help, receiving information, news. There's 8 stars in the background. Mountains, Swiss Alps, I always think of when I see this card for some reason. Or just some sort of place of solitude, quiet, again, kind of with the hermit. By a river, maybe. So it can be an inspiration, helping Gemini lovers, or reverse, meaning like despair, hope, loss of hope or something like that, or receiving, giving. Just depends on what it means and what the context is. So if that means anything to you, 6 and or 17-8. The Page of Cups was a clarifier for the Emperor. So it can be catching something, maybe catching something off guard, catching someone off guard. The pages I usually associate with the first of that element. So for water, it would be Cancer, again, Cancerian energy. Cardinal. So June, which is past, so I'm not really sure. Or 6, again, with the Lovers, 6, 9. So I'll just leave that with that. The I Ching that came out was 8 and blank card. So this means no change. You don't have to read any of the changing lines. So I'll put the links for that below, and it's again that full circle, coming full circle, like the world, or 0, or just, I don't know what this means, but again, another 8. So, and on the bottom was 33, which also kind of seemed to work with all this like chaos here, and like the 10 of Cups, an umbrella or some sort of shelter, or taking cover in a cave or something like that. And it's 33. And that's interesting because 12 and 21 both end up being a 3, so that would again be 33 or 6. So I'll put those below. Really close. Do a globe spin. Again, I just feel like a magnetic sort of pull to certain places. kind of general here because it's a very big globe. Even if I were to just, maybe I'll do two that are just, I spin it, and then one where around there. So let's see. Here, just by the Gulf of Mexico. By Galveston, you know, you'd have to zoom in and then like do it again and like zoom in again and like just to, you know, pinpoint it and get it really specific. But also, yeah, that's exactly Mexico. I think Cuba's over there somewhere. It was really just very, all kind of around here. So, Washington, D.C. stands out to me. Atlanta stands out to me. Florida. This could be pertaining to anything, though. Okay. Miami. Okay. Do another one like that. So there's another location. And again, it's so small, so you kind of feel like a real strong pull, like all around that area. Again, you'd have to like get more specific, pinpoint it on a bigger map, but this is Malaysia. But yeah, like I said, kind of, it was, Philippines too. Can't even find, where is it? Taiwan. I'll just do one over here right by them and see if there's anything. It wasn't like extremely strong, but again, it's so small, it's so hard to see. Like zoom in, you know. So to the right of Japan, there. That's where I landed, but it's kind of nothing too specific, I guess. So 19 came up earlier to the Sun and King of Pentacles a couple times. All right, so for the some encouragement could probably be helpful. I pulled from the Winged Enchantment. And I got cards I haven't gotten before. I got the Raven, 28, and again another 10, the Eagle. So, read that. I feel like weird when I can't see it. I am Raven. I am the deep magic from the north, and the ancient connection between you and the immortal. I am proof that your world is changing. You are missing the hidden threads that bind your experience. There are great things at work. There are manifestations at your feet. I want to help you see the magic and teach you how to use it. I am the bird that transports you from one realm to the next, kind of like the chariot. I am the portal granting you access from the solid grounds of earth. I am that which appears from nothing. There is no greater power than your own will to sustain your vision. When you see me coming down from a lonely mountainside, it is time to take the rein, like the chariot. I may appear only once, so grab the chance when you see it. Take your whims and ground them. Take your futility and shatter it to pieces. Stop accepting the chaos around you. Stop allowing your energy to dissipate and give it form and substance. You are a magician. You are the missing piece of the puzzle. You are connectivity. You are Raven. So if there's anything that stands out to you, or 28. Read Eagle really quick. I am Eagle, the thread that binds you to spirit. A lot of binding threads. I am the great sky dancer. I am your ascension made manifest. I think of Manifest Destiny or Fuji's video, My Destiny's Manifest. I am power in flight. I am the one who soars highest on the least amount of effort. I am faith in that which carries me. You have been called to evolve, and I am your guide. Your guide, like the Two of Wands. Your soul demands growth, and I am your nourishment. I am your signal to climb higher. Push harder, and then let go. Allow the final push, and then float, and then float freely on the changes that are coming. Do not attempt to steer the progress. You may have become too rigid in your spirituality. Clinging to dogma can hamper inner flight. Enlightenment will not come from books or classes. It is a lifetime journey. You may not know when the next thermal is coming to lift your wings, but have faith and make the leap anyways. Like, again, the Fool. Break the chains. Learn to soar. Get outside of your head and fly. You are gaining altitude. You are reaching the sky. You are limitless. You are Eagle. Is there anything else? I also thought Labor Day weekend, the 10 of Cups, happy family barbecues, out in a field, rainbows, that kind of thing, and how that would be. That's 4th, September 4th. So that would maybe be a time to have more. I guess we'll see. So yeah, maybe I'll pull like one more card to see if there's anything else that needs to come through. Again, the 9 of Cups. It's from last time. Jupiter, Mother Water, Genie in the bottle, by the water, by the beach. Having your wishes granted to some degree, depending on who you are. He's usually like chubby little guy, sitting in front of like a big curtain. So 2 of Cups, it's popped out. That came up before the last reading, and also when I was planning this, not planning it, like confirming that I should go ahead and with this. 2 of Cups, again, coming together, 2 opposites, water. Cancer. Venus in Cancer. Like I said, death is on the bottom. Reversed. Scorpio. August, or 2 8s, again, 28, 16, the Tower. Also, I thought it's important, the Tower's been coming up so often, so frequently, that, just important to mention, added security would probably be helpful for different areas like Trump Tower, the Sears Tower, places like that. If there's anything else. What is their maybe status or Queen of Cups is on the bottom. Again, Star just wanted to pop out, and the Seven of Swords. Again, Aquarius. Queen of Fire just jumped again, and the Queen of Cups, so again, water and fire. Devil's on the bottom again. That's where it stops. So, I'll ask again, how many of the missiles have warheads on them? 12. 3 again. It's the Hangman again. Could also mean, because this is on the bottom, is the Ace of Swords. 3 and 1, can mean like 1 has 3 or 3 don't. But 3 has been coming up so much. And 3 of Wands. Sun. Sun in Aries. So again, more fire, energy, and yeah. The Devil's on the bottom. Is it August, or what should we be concerned for? Prince of Swords. Again, 6. Maybe 9, Scorpio. September again. You could be planning 2 attacks, just FYI. One mid-August, one the 21st, or September 2. Again, Mars and Aries. So yes. Another 6. This is 6 of Swords, and that's again traveling, short distances, science, Mercury, Aquarius. Prince of Cups just popped out. Nine of Pentacles, Virgo, Venus, Virgo, again shooting down a helicopter in that video, and 10 of Pentacles reversed, again, the Virgo, and the Hermit came up before. That's usually associated with Virgo, and this is like things not really working out that way, but it can mean for them. It's upright, 9 of Pentacles, this is like having it all. No, another 9, September, Virgo, September. Wheel of Fortune, 10, Jupiter, and the Hierophant, 5, 5, 10. Again, together they'd be 6. Government, a meeting place, astrological wheel, time, 10. Both are major arcana. Ace of Wands, 1, which works with the Wheel of Fortune. This is a brand new idea, brand new beginning in some way, or it could be like electricity again. Both of these look like water, electricity, those wheels, electrical wheels, fans, we used to call them. So. There to change, another Jupiter, abundance, a lot, being lucky, religion with the Hierophant, one last 5 of Cups, Mars in Scorpio, another 5, it's just popped out again, 10 of Pentacles, Tree of Life I think of 2, and also that's in the star, 14, art, or temperance, again, combinations of 2 things, nuclear, 14, which again was a 5. So sometimes, it's already been calculated, you get a 5 and you're like, oh, that's actually 14. This is the moon. So Pisces 2, or 18, 9. So again, like I said, the moon's been coming up a lot. So eclipses, maybe, usually there's sun and moon. Eclipse 21, Fool, 0 is on the bottom. So, and it's up right here. So, again, it's starting on a new journey, maybe, or going back to the start. Things coming full circle. Trusting in something or someone, or trusting your abilities, trusting that everything's going to be taken care of. 0, again, just all that magnetic energy, magnetic pull, the opposites coming together, creating friction, energy, but also as protective measures, things like that too. Yeah, so anyways, if I think of anything else, I will do another video. Questions or anything that you have for me, please feel free to reach out or ask me, and I can consult the cards. And so anyways, I hope that this was helpful, or at least pointing you in the right direction maybe, or a different direction, whatever it is you're needing clarity on. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Always reference the videos, again, the playlist, the different suits, and also the Odyssey for the Major Arcana. If I think of any songs, I'll put them below, the I Ching below, and yeah, but I think it's just a lot of fast development, things like that. So not slowing down anytime soon. All right, thanks, bye.